Hello and welcome to your Corn Nation post-game video the day after Nebraska defeats Buffalo 28-3. I'm Greg Mahachko, host of the Five Heart podcast, sitting in my van after church outside a grocery store. My wife and the oldest are inside. Any noise you hear, I think last time I was sitting outside at the home on the swing set, you could hear the cicadas in the tree. Now you can hear the twins in the van. So well, what can we say? Nebraska won 28-3. The defense pitched a touchdown shutout. So if you're keeping track, that's 7 scoreless or 7 quarters that the defense has yet to yield a touchdown. I'll take that. I mean, I know it's Fordham and Buffalo, but I'll take it. A little bit of the bend don't break mentality. I think that Nebraska should have won by more than 25 points, certainly. I want to go back to something that John Johnston said in our podcast before the Illinois game. When he was making his prediction, he said, Nebraska's, they should score this much, but they're going to give away points. And that's what happened. You can make whatever comments you want to make about the penalties. Was that lateral? Was that pitch forward? I don't know. The eye test, the game speed eye test, I thought it was legit. And it would have been nice for Nixon to get, first touchdown type of situation. That type of call. The 50-50 calls, I think that Damon Benning was talking about last night, they were not going Nebraska's way. Does that really surprise us? We've been in the Big Ten for a decade. We've had Big Ten refs for a decade, and we don't get 50-50 calls. We barely get 75-25 calls. It's for whatever reason, we're not welcome. We're not welcome in the Big Ten. We don't want to go back to the Big 12. We don't want to join powerhouse programs like BYU, Houston, UCF. You guys see this? The invitations that the Big 12 was extending in BYU, they gobbled it up like a hungry whore. Give me some of that. I want that Big 12. Like I said, they're 6 months old. They don't know what a whore is. But Martinez, I think Adrian Martinez looked fine. He extended plays, and I think he also knew when not to try to extend him too much. I think he learned, look, 4th year in the program, 4th year as a starting college quarterback. If you don't know now when to just accept the fact that you've been sacked and try to force something, then it's not going to happen. Not only did he extend a play, on a 3rd down, I believe, but then he scampers downfield for 74 yards. Gets Nebraska, I think, a play or two later, they scored a touchdown. So we know the ability that he has. I think what frustrates so many of us is the consistency and some of the decision making that we're still seeing. The physical tools, I think he looked strong as a passer yesterday. We had some missed opportunities. The Xavier Betts touchdown that got called back, of course. But all in all, I think from the offensive side of things, it looked, passable. Defensively, I do like where this defense is going. I like the tools that are putting out there. Luke Reimer, after the interception, and I got excited, and I watched the game. Full disclosure, the game kicked off about 2:30. I didn't sit down to watch it till almost 6. Went up, took my twins, the aforementioned noisy ones in the back, took them up to meet their great grandma yesterday. So we didn't get home till almost the game was over. We sat there, watched the Snow Walk. Again, for me, if you watched my YouTube video a couple weeks ago about the alternate uniform reveal, I got choked up again during the tunnel walk. So I don't know. I'm a unique guy. I'm an odd duck. We'll just put it all out there. But we're watching the game, and Luke Reimer has that deflection interception that he almost took down. I got excited. My 5-year-old, he's jumping up and down too. He didn't know why. He's like, "Did he score? Did he score?" I said, "No, he got close, but he didn't score." And then we thought it ended up being a ball off the turf, but that other interception we thought he had, watching him watch the game is a lot of fun too. So I can see why Husker fandom grows every generation. I really do, and it makes a lot of sense. So just defensively, Cam Taylor-Britt, had a nice game. Garrett Nelson, Scottsbluff's own. Shout out to best friend of the show, Josh, who's been telling me about Garrett Nelson for 3 years now. When he was still out there, I think Scottsbluff, when he was a senior, ended up being the state runner-up. But Garrett Nelson, I think, Garrett Nelson, he's technically a freshman, because of that waived rule or the bonus year or whatever from last year. So he's technically a freshman. I think Garrett Nelson's going to be a kid that plays on Sundays. I really do. I think he's got a nonstop motor. Even if he's an undrafted free agent down the road, he's got the tools, and he's putting together a nice little resume. When we get into Oklahoma and then certainly Big Ten play, we will see how he performs against, with consistency. Again, consistency being the word. How he performs against other competition. I learned something watching the game yesterday, that if you lose your helmet, like Damian Daniels did, if you lose your helmet and you continue to play, the officials will flag you. I had no idea that was a rule. You lose your hat. I figure it's unwise to jump in the pile, but it's definitely is that football mentality to keep going, playing till the whistle. I didn't know there was a 15-yard penalty, and that, again, while it didn't have much bearing on the outcome of the game, that sucked to find out in that regard. Keep your helmets on, boys and girls, so you can keep playing and you don't cost your team 15 yards. So up next, Norman, Oklahoma, Sooners. I can't wait. Can we all just agree to make the hashtag OKBoomer acceptable for 1 week ahead of this Sooner game? It'll be tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to sell anything. This is gonna be a tough game. That defense is gonna have to work. That offense is gonna have to put a few lucky strikes together. We'll see what happens. We'll give my prediction on the next 5 Heart podcast. I gotta go take care of these two. Go Big Red. God bless America.